That's not an answer. Have you analyzed a second Palestinian state objectively? Have you analyzed it objectively?
Bonnie Jenkins is the U.S. Undersecretary of State for Arms Control and International Security. That is a pretty big title. Let me read it one more time. She's the U.S. Undersecretary of State for Arms Control and International Security. She was at a congressional hearing being questioned by Florida Congressman Brian Mast about what a two-state solution in the Middle East would look like. And just watch, this is so absolutely extraordinary. Like, tell me, is this woman qualified to be the U.S. Undersecretary of State for Arms Control and International Security? Or is it possible she got her job because of her skin color and her genitals?
Correct.
We support a two-state solution.
Okay. Have you looked at that objectively?
What do you mean, have you looked at it objectively?
Have you analyzed that objectively?
This is something that we do support, yeah.
That's not an answer. Have you analyzed a second Palestinian state objectively? Have you analyzed it objectively?
I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. Have I personally analyzed it?
You don't know what it means to objectively analyze something?
Know what it means to objectively analyze.
Okay, so have you done that?
No, I have not. If I understand your question.
You might not be, because I can't believe that you would answer it in that way. Let me just start over. You're here representing support for a Palestinian state, correct?
Yes, yes.
Have you analyzed that support objectively?
Yes.
But you just said no. So
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Okay.
I thought I made it pretty simple, but you said no. But I'll grant you that now you said yes, you have looked at it objectively. So, having looked at it objectively, which I would assume somebody in your position does, who would you assess would lead that Palestinian state? Pick a group. You can name a group, but I'm saying Hamas, Palestinian Authority, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, Fatah, some other group. Who would lead it?
I think that has to be something that's considered. I don't think I'm in a position to say.
Who did you objectively assess would lead it in determining you have support for a Palestinian state?
I don't think that I can answer that question. I think this is part of a larger discussion.
But you objectively assess that you support a Palestinian state.
I do support
in objectively assessing that, who do you assess would lead that state? What group that does not receive military support from, say, Iran, do you assess would lead that state?
I understand your question, but I think I would have to have a little. I don't feel comfortable saying that without.
Have you not
more
assessed what?
I mean, that continues, people. I think we illustrated the point. Like, it just continues and continues and continues. She has no idea what she's talking about. She doesn't know what the word objective is. That's a bit of a problem. She has no idea why she supports a two-state solution or two states, which is a complete farce and always has been a farce, and there never were two states, and there never was a state of Palestine and everything else. But putting all that aside, she has no idea why she supports a certain policy other than she's supposed to support a certain policy. So when he says, well, tell me how you came to this conclusion, or who should lead that state, she has no effing clue. And this is dangerous stuff, because do you know that there are nukes in the Middle East? Do you know that there are all sorts of problems and border disputes and everything else? And we're just gonna grant a freaking terrorist organization that just killed about 2,000 people and still, as we speak right now, has 5 to 8, it's a little unclear, American hostages on top of about 200 Israeli hostages. You're gonna give them a state. You don't even know why or who's gonna be in charge or what the boundaries of the state will be. But congratulations to the DEI crew. You got a black woman to be the undersecretary of do.